Get a heart attack. So, like I said, Callie lets out this ear-piercing scream that actually shatters the windows. You know, it's just this screech. It even causes a clink. She starts to convulse, gripping her chest as she bites down. Blood starts to come out of her lip as she just starts to thrash violently. Probably actually, she thrashes that violently. Her scar reopens and blood leaks out of the side of her face again, and she just collapses over the table and just is violently just shaking before eventually just like
Okay.
silence.
And Jason?
So for Edgar's part, there is a look that is going to come over his that it's something absolutely terrible. It's your best friend going. It's the horror of realizing your house is being foreclosed. It's your spouse dying. It's all at once. And the thing he's remembering as this happens is he's remembering his wife dying and finding out about that. As he almost has an acceptance, but there's a part of him that's holding on as he just says no, and his hand grips the table, and he falls face first in the table and falls on the ground, clutching at his chest with his foot twitching as he just screams out.
Oh shit, is my sound on?
Yes.
Sorry.
All right. So, Magi.
So
What are we gonna do?
Collins takes off like a bat out of the screaming hells, abandoning spoon feeding siren, dropping the spoon in his lap. He turns back, goes sorry, and he rushes over to Callie's side and pulls out 2 mini bottles of rum, and he yanks the cork all out of them with his teeth and just sticks them in Callie's mouth and like lifts her head and massages the throat. Oh, honey, drink it. Just drink it. It's good for you. And those are 2 charms that heal.
Colson, how much do they heal for?
4 apiece.
Okay. Callie, you will indeed regain 4 shiny health pieces. Or
No, I used 2.
8. 8 shiny health pieces.
Oh.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
okay, so
for flavor, I'm going to say Edgar passes the fuck out. I'm just going to be honest. That much lethal at once, he's beyond stunned. That's 3 times his stamina. I'm going to say he's passed the fuck out.
So I have to ask, because of the hairy nature of the situation and the fact that my instrument is meditation, I don't think in good conscience I could take the using tools when you don't have to benefit for this.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. That'll
On
lower
a side
the...
note, Collins, you will still, however, gain 2 points of docs.
Okay.
Okay, that'll lower the diff by 1. Into this first roll, I think I need at least a base of 3 successes to heal Edgar. So...
Well, no, what happens is you need to get to 3, and then it heals as per the damage chart. So once you get to 3, yeah.
So I need like a total of 6.
No. Once you get to 3,
yeah,
it will heal him for 6 damage.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Cool. So this first roll, using tools when you don't have to, will bring it to 6. I will blow 2 more quint to bring it to 4.
It'll bring it to, yeah.
And I'll spend a willpower.
Okay.
So here comes the first roll. That is 3 successes.
All right, Edgar, you are healed to 6. Kevin, you will gain a point of
time.
docs.
5 docs. Hit me.
No.
No?
It's when you gain 5 docs at once. I hit you.
Oh.
What?
Okay.
You're just gonna be here with the 2 boys.
For the record,
You're taking Kelsey too? Yeah, Kelsey's coming.
hang on just a second. There we go. Yeah, no, for clarification, paradox backlashes are only immediate and instantaneous in the event you suffer 5 paradox from a single action, botching a spell. That'll give you an immediate paradox backlash. However, this means Kevin is now at 5 docs, which means the docs will not bleed out of his system now.
Yeah, I know.
So it's more insidious than it used to be. So you're fine, Kevin. Not a ticking time bomb paradox or anything. That's just fine.
Uh,
Fine.
Alyssa. Alyssa. Duh. Blink. 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 What happened?
You both saw something that you weren't able to cope with.
What was that thing?
I don't know.
Congratulations. You're back in the land of the living.
I like to think Callie just literally does the corpse thing and just sits bolt upright. Like, vroom.
Yep.
With two micro bottles of rum in her mouth.
She just sits up like, vroom, eyes like, dung, looks around, shaking. It's like blood's leaking out the side of her mouth.
What'd you see, honey? What'd you see?
Take a minute to rest.
The eyes. The eyes. Egger's just going to say, whiskey, triple malt, and hold out his hand.
It will indeed appear.
Drink. Another.
It will indeed appear.
Drink.
Well, be careful with that. Get some water in you too. And then Collins is just gonna reach into his pocket. He's gonna pull out a little Altoids 10.
Don't worry.
Hand Callie some aspirin.
I'll be going to the hospital after this.
Wouldn't go amiss.
Siren will painedly take a single one of the crystals from the bag, and you'll see it levitate above his hand. Interesting.
What?
This is ordinary crystal meth. At least methamphetamine as we would understand it. It's actually quite badly made in terms of its relative purity. However, interesting. The blood used in its harvesting
Got
is
some magic in it.
Not only does it have magic in it, it's also existed since before the pyramids of Giza were made.
What?
Wait. Bloods don't. Leeches. Wait, you said leeches, right? You said some slaves are leeches. They're little bitches.
Oh,
We're selling
no.
this?
Oh no. Oh.
Why would some leech be bleeding out into meth? I don't know much about them, but that sounds all kinds of odd.
I don't know about leeches. What I do know is whatever made that thing was a serpent.
Jesus. Poison blood, then? Something worse than poison blood?
No. If you take this, it will enslave you.
The fuck?
You see him very painedly, and you can actually see the pain play on his face as he closes his hand into a fist. And you see the crystal crushed into very fine, almost sand, and fall into the palm of his hand. And he says, "This will make you their slave. Ingesting it, taking it in, imbibing it, you become theirs."
Well, I guess that's why they call it cult.
You worship them. You live and breathe. It's not just the meth that gets you, it's the blood too. It's a double whammy of an addiction. You keep on going for more then. And I've seen all types of horrible things Chunky will do for a fix.
Now imagine a fix that's magically enforced.
Oh, I know
Lord,
what that's like.
they'd be
I've seen,
horrific.
I've seen it. I've been there. Magic
I've
fixes
been
are
lucky
weird.
enough to not, but that kind of stuff would horrify my dreams. Has anyone, the Motis, the person you said, did they see anybody buying, or? Do you know of anyone who would actually have bought from this?
Callie just creepily stands up. Like she just goes rigid. Like she's still visibly shaken, but she kind of just creepily just like kind of walks slowly and just sits down at the table and just stares almost blankly. Like not even noticing the blood. She actually doesn't even notice the blood coming out of her cut. Doesn't come out of anything. She just kind of stares blankly.
Everybody alive?
Yes, yes. You, Mr. Grant, thank you.
Don't worry about it.
No, thank you. I owe you one. Take my card. It's in
Kevin just
briefcase.
will. Like, he's not going to fight him on it.
Evan, I want to point out what I just said to him if you didn't hear him clearly. I said, it's in my briefcase. Take it out.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
Yeah, Kevin will do that. Dude just had a heart attack. He's not going to make him get it.
Byron sits there for a moment, his head kind of cocked to the side, and he says, it's interesting. Don't you agree?
What, Siren?
People go to such incredible lengths to try and control others. They say you must be this or you must do this. He will move his hand over Callie's face. He won't touch her, but he'll just move it over, and it will close the wound. Like, it's only cosmetic at this point, but it'll close it up. People care so much about what they perceive and about the perceived power that they wield that they are willing to do anything to increase it. I find that is one of the follies of humanity. But then again, that's just me.
Wait, sorry, I was AFK. What did Siren end up saying?
He just talked about basically how people always seem to crave more power, and about how people always wish to subvert the will of others, and about how it was one of the sins of humanity.
I mean, yeah, we all know about sins now. It's just, is this thing even fucking human? It's like, it's just literal shit of nightmares. You think you're going in for a hot new fix, and all of a sudden you end up becoming some servant of some unholy thing? But hey.
As to if it's human or not, I can't answer. Perhaps they were once.
Definitely not fucking humane.
Things change, I suppose.
Can someone drive me to the hospital?
You don't need to go to the hospital.
I don't know if I did my job right anyway.
It's not against you. I would like to go to the hospital.
Yeah, I'll
Comfort
take
thing?
you.
Thank you.
No
Indeed.
problem.
I should probably rest anyway.
Siren, are you living here, or are you not coming back to the library? I know your room's with your hair.
I'll probably return to the library now that I have the strength to do so.
Let me know, I can help if you need it.
He'll nod. And he'll say, would you mind carrying a bag for me?"
No, not the worst thing I've ever had to do for you.
Thank you. In that case, if everyone is happy, we will call the scene here. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene in Darkness in Dublin where heart attacks. Yo.